synchronized souls, and welcome to a quick poll with Ashante. I say that with some confusion simply because I don't really know if it's going to be a quick poll, but I do know that the summer solstice is coming up tomorrow. I'm going to be hosting a candle ritual all about manifesting abundance and opportunities. And I thought that maybe it would be nice if we got some guidance. So I'm going to actually be pulling from two decks very quickly, live with you here, just to see what our guides would like to tell us as we move into the summer solstice. So the question is, what do we need to know? I'll pull first from the Life Purpose deck, and we'll see what they say about what it is that we need to know. I love this. 3 cards flew up, 4 actually, flew up so that we can see. The first one that I saw over here was Healer. Right? You have a spiritual gift of healing and a desire to share it with others. As we enter this new season, I think it's so important for y'all to recognize that you are being asked to step up. We've been talking about the fact that Saturn just went retrograde, and with Saturn, my Saturn return happening, the question that really has been on my mind is, how has Saturn been asking me to commit, to take on additional responsibilities, to take on a better and a more prominent leadership position? So really just acknowledging that wherever you're at in your stage in your journey right now, you're being asked for you to step up. And I know so because you have options. Right? Consider the options that are available to you. Some of y'all are still doing things because you feel like you need to do them. Some of you are still doing things because you have to pay bills and because you have responsibilities. And I completely understand that, right? We're human and we do have human things that we need to worry about, but also don't forget to factor in the spiritual, right? Don't forget to factor in the fact that you are a healer, which means one of the things that I've really been saying is, how can we start bypassing the 3D and go into the 5D, right? If you're realizing that you've done all that you can do in the 3D, in the physical, it's time for you to go to prayer. It's time for you to hand things over to your guides. And it's time for you to be okay with the fact that things are going to be happening in divine timing, right? Some of you as well have been called to write, right? Author. You have a book inside of you that wishes to be expressed. Make the time to write it, right? What do you need to know? You need to know that your voice is important. You need to know that you have a story within you, and you need to know that your guides want you to creatively express yourself authentically any fucking way that you know how, right? There's some of y'all right now that have been really limiting yourself. You know that you're meant to write and you keep saying, maybe in a couple of years, maybe with this information, once I have this, and I've really been honing in within my membership that we learn, we acknowledge, right? We integrate, we wait, and then we start to embody and we act. So really recognizing that some of y'all have been learning, you've been integrating, and now it's time for you to act. The last card that came up with this deck, the last message that our guides would like us to know as we enter the summer solstice, is you are free, right? You're free to do what you choose. That sounds a lot like what? Options. I love this for y'all because some of y'all feel like you don't have options and some of y'all feel like you aren't actually free, right? And this is coming up to say that you have both. That some of y'all have been looking for different options so that you can feel free, and freedom is within grasp, right? So if you've been thinking or if you've been wondering, am I actually going to be feeling that sense of freedom? I want to remind you that it starts with you, right? What are your priorities right now? Really thinking about your career, really thinking about things. If you've been really focusing on lack, then lack is what you're going to be receiving and manifesting. Really shifting into a space of gratitude, really shifting into a place of appreciation, shifting into a place of joy, and recognizing that freedom looks different to everybody. Right? Some people value freedom of finances. Some people value freedom of time, right? Freedom to be able to travel. Like, really ask yourself, when you're saying that you want freedom, what does freedom actually mean to you, right? What does that mean to you? And how can we be really, really intentional and really clear about that, especially as we enter this next season of your life, right? Really recognizing that for y'all over the last 6 months, 3 months, 1 month, whatever, that sense of freedom has changed, right? What you thought freedom was has changed. What you thought options were have changed. What you thought you wanted your careers to be has changed. And it's now for you to really own the fact that things are fucking different. Because once you start acknowledging that things are fucking different, you can start doing differently, right? But it starts with you, and it starts with you recognizing the fact fact that you have been born to do this and that we're waiting for you, right? We're waiting for you to step up because your light is needed and it's needed now. We're going to be pulling from the Super Attractor deck to really wrap up this quick pull of what it is that we need to know as we enter the summer solstice. As I know, some of y'all are attracting so many things to you. We just got a little bit more information in regards to our life purpose. So I'd love to know what it is that our guides have to say in regards to... 3 cards flew out. What we could be doing to helping us attract, to finish my previous sentence, right? First one we have is manifesting. Pretty cards. Really reminds me of Bi Pride. My little bisexual self is really happy with these colors. It says manifesting is the creative process of aligning with the energy of the universe to co-create an experience that elevates my spirit and the spirit of the world, right? So really reminding ourselves that when we think of manifesting, when we think of bringing something closer to us, really reminding ourselves that we're co-creating with the universe and we're bringing in a reality that already exists, right? You are already doing it. It already exists. You're simply bringing that into this particular timeline. So whatever it is that you are manifesting, if you're realizing that you've been greeted with lack, my biggest piece of advice would be, are you manifesting for yourself and the greater good, right? If you're just manifesting for yourself, that's great. But how can we really pop in and bring in the fact that we're not here just to succeed on our own? We're here to ensure that other souls are succeeding with us. We go into the second card here. We got a little cardinal action, a little love. When I think of cardinals, I think of all of my ancestors that have passed, who are on the other side. And it says, when I'm in a state of appreciation, I'm in a vibrational alignment with my true love nature, right? A state of appreciation. I've been telling y'all for some years now, appreciation, love, and gratitude is the same frequency, same vibration here on earth, right? So if you're having some issues tapping into love, then you can tap into appreciation and you will still be tapping into that frequency of love. But really just reminding yourself that that is your true nature, that when you are in a constant state of appreciation, that is you being you, that is you emanating from your soul, illuminating yourself from your soul, and really recognizing how that shifts and changes people as you show up as yourself. And last but not least, we have this little angel card, as we just talked about angel ancestors, right? When I'm connected to spirit, I feel a sense of creativity, magnitude, and ease that I've never known before. I think it's really, really important for y'all to recognize that anything is possible when you're connected to spirit. Right? So many of y'all have been looking at your options, and so many of y'all have been thinking about your careers from a very human perspective. And I want to remind you to go up. I want to remind you that when you are connected to your soul, when you're connected to spirit, when you're connected to the universe, nothing is greater than you, because you are literally tapped in to the greatest force that existed, right? I think it's really important for y'all to remind yourself that ease can come at this particular season of your life, that luxury can come at this particular season of your life. It depends on where your point of attraction is and where you're focusing your attention, right? So what is it that you need to know? You need to know that anything is possible. You need to know that you have options. You need to know that we're waiting for you to co-create with the universe so that you can really step into this next version of yourself. You need to know that your manifestations are within reach, and you need to know that you stepping into reach is you simply stepping into the vibration of who you are. You need to know that you can authentically be yourself and be rewarded for that. You need to know that you don't always have to make sacrifices for other people, right? You need to know that people pleasing isn't going to get you far. You need to know that things can shift if you allow them to, and you need to know that it can start today too. As always, I say, I hope that these messages have resonated with you. As I said earlier, I'm going to be doing a manifesting abundance and opportunities candle ritual that's going to be happening tomorrow at 2 p.m. EST on the 21st on the summer solstice. If that is something that you are interested in, please do book. And in the description, I'll put in some other links as well for y'all to check out. I have our Love Who You Are Reiki healing that's happening at the end of the month, not only to mention our monthly membership that is super thriving and doing amazing. So if you're looking for a way to connect with me on a monthly basis and have more sessions like this, the membership would be where to find me. As always, I say thank you for your time and energy, and I'll see you whenever I see you next. Bye, friends.